Today we will be continuing seeing question types in reading, and this is going to be Saturn Spectacular again, but with this time matching heading questions. Bugun matching heading savollar bilan davom ettiramiz. O'tgan safargi mavzuyimiz Saturn Spectacular mavzusini davom ettiramiz. So let's start. So my technique in solving this kind of question types is to read the paragraph first and then try to find a matching heading from the list of headings. So that's what I do. Mani taktikam bunda birinchi paragrafni o'qib olib, keyin shunga mos kelishi mumkin bo'lgan headingni topish. Xo'p, shunday qilamiz. Xo'p. In 1610, Italian astronomer Galileo pointed his crude telescope at the planet Saturn and was dumbfounded by what he saw. Planet Saturn is not alone, but is composed of three which almost touch each other and never move or change with respect to one another. Even more surprising, two bulging planets on either side of the main planet had disappeared when he looked again a few months later. Eventually, frustrated Galileo decided never to look at the star Saturn again. Now, of course, we have much better telescopes, and we know that Galileo was looking at the planet's unique set of wide, thin rings. Thin broadside, they resembled companion planets through Galileo's observations. Saturn still teases astronomers. Saturn's magnificent rings, for example, consist of trillions of pieces of ice, some no bigger than a speck of dust. The ring particles are so small that they could be expected to scatter and fall into the planet, yet they are still there. Scientists are unsure about the origin of the rings, their exact chemical composition, and why they behave in the way they do. Asosan Saturnni o'rab turadigan xalq haqida gapirilgan ekan. Boshida Galileo uni adashtirib ikkita alohida planeta deb o'ylagani haqida gapirilgan. So let's take a look at headings. Comparing two planets. No, this is not the information. Surprisingly small moon. No. Long-standing puzzle. Maybe Saturn's fascinating moon. No. Importance of Titan's gravity. No, nothing about gravity. Expectation of possible solutions. There is nothing about solutions. Problems for life on Titan. There is nothing about that. Advantage of low temperatures. Nothing about that. Only possible option is 3. So let's continue. Let's continue with B. How did we know 3 was the answer? Long-standing puzzle. If you look at here, so let's take a look at here. Ring particles are so small they could be expected to scatter fall still. There, scientists are unsure about the origin of rings, their exact composition or whatever. This is something that scientists don't know about. This is the puzzle. How do we know it's long-standing? Because Galileo also thought about this. Galileo also seen this, and here also it tells us Saturn still teases astronomers. Tease degani ustidan kulganga o'xshagan ma'noni bildiradi. Shunda astronomerlarni haligacha bu narsaga javob topa olmasligi qiynab keladi ma'nosini bildiryapti. So that means long-standing puzzle. Haligacha so'zlari long-standing ma'nolarni beryapti. So let's continue with B. However, as spectacular as Saturn's rings are, the fuzzy orange ball of Saturn's giant moon, Titan is even more interesting. Although it's larger than planet Mercury, Titan probably resembles other large moons in solar system. It's rock covered with ice and dirt. However, it has something no other moon has. Substantial atmosphere whose pressure is 50% greater than Earth. Even more intriguing, Titan's atmosphere consists of mainly of nitrogen, primary component of our own air, mixed with carbon-based compounds. Cloaked in this atmosphere, Titan's surface may resemble the surface chemistry of the early Earth, but astronomers cannot see through the moon's maddeningly opaque orange fog. Asosan Titan haqida gapirilgan, o'sha Saturnni asosiy katta oylaridan bittasi. Comparing two planets, no. Surprisingly small moon, no. Saturn's fascinating moon, maybe. Importance of Titan's gravity, no. Expectation of possible solutions, no. Problem for life in Titan, no. Advantage of low temperatures, no. Only possible option is Saturn's fascinating moon. So that is 4. Let's continue with this. Where did we find this? if you look at the first sentence, fuzzy orange Saturn giant moon is more interesting. Interesting, fascinating. Those words are similar. Interesting va fascinating so'zlar juda o'xshash ma'nolarni anglatganligi sababli bu paragraf asosan Titan oyini qanchalar ajoyib, g'aroyibligi haqida gapirilganini bilishimiz mumkin. So let's move on. All sorts of Earth-like chemical interactions could happen on Titan. Scientists hesitate to speak of the possibility of life when they speak of Titan, but it's a distant possibility. Living on Titan would be no walk in the park. From vantage point of the Saturn system, the sun is rather dim bulb. Titan is therefore a very cold place. Surface temperatures are average about 300 degrees Fahrenheit. At those temperatures, water is nowhere to get a drink. In addition, there is no oxygen in Titan's atmosphere. It's locked up in the water ice. Only hope for life as we know it, and it is an exceedingly slim one, is the water mixed with ammonia may get warm enough to dip below the surface to liquefy. If so, life could possibly eke out at underground living, much like the hardy microbes that surrounded earthy hydrothermal vents, deep cracks on the seabed through which boiling water and hot gases escape. Xo'p, asosan Titan haqida gapirilgan yana kuzatishimiz mumkin. So let's read the options. Comparing two planets, no. Surprisingly small moon, no. Importance of Titan's gravity, nothing about gravity. Expectations of possible solutions, nothing about solutions. Problems for life on Titan, there we go. As we read, it says life on Titan is no walk in the park, meaning problems for life form in Titan. Demak, Titan'da hayot formasini paydo bo'lishi va yashashi juda ham qiyinligi haqida gapirilgan, chunki juda ham past temperatura, kislorod yo'qligi sabablari keltirilgan. Shu sababli hayot formasi uchun bor bo'lgan muammolar mos keladi bu paragrafga. So let's move on. D paragraph. Titan could contain information on prebiotic chemistry that led to life on Earth and perhaps elsewhere in the universe. Bitterly cold temperatures that make Titan so forbidding for life in some ways make it more intriguing. Titan's chilly climate keeps things in state of preservation so that it can hang on to most substances that it has acquired during its 4.5 billion years in solar system. The organic reactions that may have established the starting conditions for life on Earth are long gone, erased by our planet's high-speed chemical and geological evolution. On Titan, similar reactions may still be sitting in deep storage. Asosan Titandagi past haroratni foydali jihatlari, ya'ni qanaqadir reaksiyalarni o'sha qaysidir ma'noda o'tmishda yerda bo'lgan reaksiyalarni Titan'da hozirgacha saqlanib turganligini sababi asosiy sovuq haroratligini ko'rsatib beryapti bu paragrafda. So that's why we have one similar option here, advantage of low temperatures. Xo'p, past haroratni yaxshi tomonlari haqida gapirilgan option bizga to'g'ri keladi, chunki bu yerda shu past haroratda ko'p ma'lumotlar saqlanib qolishi osonligi haqida gapirilgan. So that's why. Xo'p, e'tibor bergan bo'lsangiz, yuqoridagi paragrafda ham harorat haqida gapirilgan joyi bor, lekin u yerda bu foydali ekanligi haqida gap bormagan. D paragrafda preservation haqida gap ketyapti, ya'ni ma'lumotni saqlanib qolishi va bu foydaliligini qaysidir ma'noda hint qilyapti, ya'ni bizga qaysidir ma'noda ishora qilyapti shunga foydali ekanligiga. So that's why 8 is going to be answer for D. Let's continue. E. Measured against its showy rings and haze-obscured moon, Saturn itself seems downright ordinary, yet the 75,000 mile wide planet, the second largest in the solar system, holds some serious interest of its own. Like the planet Jupiter, Saturn is a gas giant, a relatively small ball of rock surrounded by the vast envelope of helium, hydrogen and various hydrogen compounds. Saturn is only half as dense as Jupiter, even less dense than water. It releases less heat than Jupiter, but given its small size, scientists are not sure why it radiates any heat at all. Saturn's storms are surprisingly more powerful than Jupiter's. Jet streams are much faster. Then planet looks blander, and however, because of thick haze of ammonia crystals, obscures the colorful banding seen so easily on Jupiter. Demak, bu juda ham oddiy ma'lum bo'lib turgan javob. Ikkita planetani taqqoslayapti bir-biriga. Yupiter bilan Saturn planetalarini taqqoslayapti. Mana bu yerda highlight qilgan joylarimda hammasida taqqoslash ketyapti ikkita planetani. So only answer is comparing two planets. That's the only possible answer here. So last option, scientists hope that studying these differences will reveal how giant planets form, how weather systems work under different conditions, and what planets around other stars might be like. A recent spacecraft that investigated Saturn and Titan, Cassini-Huygens probe, has produced results that Galileo would have dearly appreciated back in 1610. Photographs that finally show Saturn with crystalline clarity. After all, the data from Cassini-Huygens, whatever the name is, has been interpreted. Even though that might take 40 years, all questions on this topic may have been answered once and for all. Demak, bu oxirgi paragrafda Galileo topa olmagan ma'lumotlarni yangi uchirilgan spacecraft dagi o'sha probe topganligi haqida gapirilyapti. Bu ma'lumotlarni o'rganib analiz qilib chiqish ko'p yil vaqt olishi, ya'ni 40 yil vaqt olishiga qaramasdan biz hamma savollarimizga javob topishimiz mumkin degan javob aytilyapti. So let's see. Expectations of possible solutions. That's the only possible answer. Surprisingly small moon. Hech qanaqa oy haqida gap yo'q bu yerda. Saturn's fascinating moon topdik. Importance of Titan's gravity. Gravity haqida gap yo'q. Yagona qolgan javob expectations of possible solutions. E'tibor beradigan bo'lsak oxirgi gapga, hamma savollarimizga javob topishimiz mumkin deyapti. Answers bu yerda solutions so'ziga sinonim bo'lib kelyapti. Right, that is 6. These are all the answers and these are the analysis. So quick recap. Birinchisi 3, second one is 4, paragraph C 7, paragraph D 8, paragraph E 1, paragraph F 6.